Hey there, and welcome to the very first episode of the English Mastery Podcast. I'm James.
And I'm Mia. Whether you're cooking, commuting, walking, or just sitting with your coffee, we're really happy you're here with us. Today's episode is all about a feeling many of us know too well: feeling overwhelmed, tired, burned out, like everything is too much.
We'll listen to a conversation between two friends, Anna and Leo. Leo has had a tough week, too much work, no time to rest. Anna helps him talk through it, using natural phrases you'll hear all the time in English.
After the conversation, James and I will teach you 5 key phrases: what they mean, how to use them, and how to say them clearly and confidently.
We'll even share personal stories so you remember these phrases not just with your head, but in your heart.
So take a deep breath, get ready to listen, and let's begin with today's conversation between Anna and Leo. Hey, Leo, you okay?
Not really. Honestly, I feel completely burned out.
Oh no, what's going on?
Work's been nonstop. Emails, calls, deadlines, it's like I'm always on. And even when I get home, I can't shut my brain off.
Ugh, I know that feeling. So you've had no time to rest?
None. Every day I wake up tired. I'm basically running on empty.
That's not good, Leo. Even machines need to stop and recharge sometimes, let alone humans.
I keep saying, I'll take a break this weekend. But the weekend comes and something always shows up. Family stuff, groceries, laundry. It never ends.
Let me guess. You feel guilty when you do nothing?
Exactly. Even if I lie down for 20 minutes, my brain's like, you're wasting time. Get up.
You're not wasting time, you're surviving. And from what you're describing, you're barely hanging on.
Yeah, that's the truth. I feel like I'm just holding it together by a thread. Like if one more thing goes wrong, I'll snap.
Leo, that's a big red flag. When everything feels like too much, the answer isn't push harder, it's pause.
But I can't just stop. Work is piling up. If I slow down, I fall behind.
Then maybe you don't need to stop completely, but you need to find a better balance.
Balance. Yeah, that word again. But how do you even do that?
Start small, even 1 hour a day. No phone, no work, just something that makes you feel human again. A walk, a book, music, breathing.
Hmm, I used to play guitar, remember? Haven't touched it in months.
That's a good place to start. Play for 15 minutes tonight, nothing fancy, just let your mind slow down.
Maybe I will. It's funny, talking to you already helps. Like, it doesn't fix everything, but I feel a little lighter.
That's what friends are for. You carry so much, Leo, but you don't have to carry it all the time. Sometimes it's okay to just breathe and be.
Thanks, Anna. You always know how to say the right thing.
I don't know about right, but I speak from experience. Trust me, burnout is real, and you deserve more than just surviving.
Yeah, maybe this weekend I'll actually rest. No pretending, just pause, take a break. For real this time.
Good. That's a great first step.
All right, let's begin with our first and most important phrase from today's dialogue. I feel completely burned out.
Let's break that down. When someone says, I'm burned out, they mean this: I've been working too hard, thinking too much, pushing myself for too long. And now I have nothing left to give. My body and brain are done.
It's not just tired, it's deeper. Burned out means your energy, motivation, Even your emotions are exhausted.
Let's try saying it together. Nice and slow. I feel completely burned out. After this week, I'm totally burned out. Good.
Let me give you a real example from my life. A few years ago, I was teaching English full-time, but also tutoring students in the evening and trying to build a website on the side. At first, I was excited, but after a few weeks, I started waking up with a headache. I couldn't focus. I was snapping at people. I felt completely burned out, like a candle that had been burning for too long.
I felt that too. When I first started training as a teacher, I wanted to be perfect. I said yes to every request: extra lessons, extra prep, more students. And slowly, I lost my spark. I didn't even enjoy teaching anymore. That's when I realized you don't have to be falling apart to be burned out. Sometimes burnout is just silence, no motivation, no joy. Let's practice together. I'm feeling a little burned out this month. She works so hard, I'm worried she's getting burned out. Even if you love your job, you can still burn out.
Here's one mistake we hear often. Learners say, "I'm burning out," like it's happening in real time. But in most cases, we say, "I feel burned out." It's a state you're already in, not an action happening now.
Similar words or phrases. A good synonym is exhausted, which means very tired. But burned out includes emotion and stress. So remember, tired equals short term. Exhausted, very tired. Burned out, emotionally and mentally drained after a long time.
All right, that's our first phrase done. You'll hear this all the time in English-speaking countries, especially when talking about work, school, or even parenting.
If you've ever felt like you're running on empty, remember this phrase. Say it. Own it. You're not alone. Let's move on to the second phrase from today's episode. I'm running on empty.
This is such a powerful phrase. When someone says, "I'm running on empty," it means I'm still moving, still doing things, but I have no energy left, physically, mentally, or emotionally. Think of a car driving with no fuel. It's barely moving, almost stopping, but still rolling forward.
Exactly. This phrase is perfect for those days when you're so tired that even resting feels like work. Let's say it together. I'm running on empty. She's been working so hard. She's running on empty. Nice.
Let me give you a personal story. When I was preparing for my final teaching exam, I stayed up late every night, reviewing notes, practicing lessons, watching videos, rewriting plans. By the fourth week, I was barely sleeping. I'd wake up, go straight to school, teach all day, and come home feeling completely drained. But I kept going. That's when I said to a friend, "I'm totally running on empty."
Oof. I remember when I felt that too. One summer, I was teaching two jobs, in the morning at a school and in the evening at a cafe. For weeks, I didn't have a real meal. Just coffee, snacks, sleep, repeat. My brain felt fuzzy. I even forgot my phone on the bus twice. When someone asked me how I was, I just laughed and said, I'm running on empty, but I'm still standing.
Language tip. This phrase is often used in casual conversation. You'll hear it in workplaces, group chats, even on Instagram stories. It's real, it's expressive, and people instantly understand what you mean. Practice these examples. He's been working all night. He's running on empty. Some days I feel like I'm running on empty, and no one notices. I keep going, but honestly, I'm running on empty.
Common mistake? Be careful not to say, I run on empty, like a habit. This phrase is about a temporary condition, not your personality. So say, right now, I'm running on empty, not, I always run on empty. Remember, it's a moment, not a label.
Related phrases. Here are two alternatives you might hear. I'm drained. I've got nothing left in the tank. All of them mean you're exhausted, but running on empty paints the clearest picture. You're still moving, but just barely.
So, if you're listening to this podcast while feeling tired, just know we get it. You can still learn, still grow, even if you're running on empty today.
And trust me, you won't be empty forever. Language, like energy, refills when you slow down and show up, just like you're doing now.
All right, next up, take a break. This one's simple but essential. To take a break means to stop what you're doing and give your mind or body time to rest.
It doesn't have to be a vacation. Even 5 minutes away from your desk can help reset your brain. When I take a break, I like to stand up, walk around, or drink water. It clears my head. Let's say it together. I need to take a break. Let's take a short break and come back fresh. She never takes a break. No wonder she's stressed. Bonus tip. You can also say, step away for a bit, or recharge. But take a break is the most natural everyday version. Don't feel guilty for saying it. Sometimes taking a break is the most productive thing you can do. Our next phrase is, I'm barely hanging on. This means you're doing everything you can to survive, but just barely. You're overwhelmed, tired, stressed, and at your limit.
It's like you're gripping the edge of a cliff. Not falling, but not safe either. I've used this phrase when I was sick, still working, and completely drained. Someone asked how I was, and I just said, honestly, I'm barely hanging on. Practice with us. I'm barely hanging on. She was so overwhelmed, just barely hanging on. Some weeks, I feel like I'm barely hanging on.
Related phrase. You can also say, I'm stretched too thin, or I'm at my breaking point. But barely hanging on feels more honest and more emotional.
It's okay to say this when life gets too heavy. It's not weakness, it's real. And now, the last phrase for today, I need to find a better balance. This means you're doing too much of one thing, usually work, and not enough of something else, like rest, health, or joy.
It's not just about time. It's about energy, where it goes, and what's left for you. When I was only working, working, I realized I had no time to live. That's when I knew I needed a better balance. Repeat with us. I need to find a better balance. She's trying to find balance between her job and her health. It's time to find a better balance in life.
bonus usage. You might also hear, I need more work-life balance, or even just, things feel out of balance right now.
Whatever words you use, the feeling is the same. You want your life to feel lighter, calmer, and more under control. And that brings us to the end of today's episode. We covered 5 powerful phrases you can use when life feels heavy, from I'm burned out to I need a better balance. These aren't just vocabulary words, they're emotional tools. Words you can lean on when you don't know what to say, but need to be understood.
Here's a quick recap. Let's say them one more time, together. I'm burned out. I'm running on empty. I need to take a break. I'm barely hanging on. I need to find a better balance. Nice job.
Remember, don't just listen. Speak with us, practice with us. That's how you build confidence. And if today's phrases helped you in improving your English, if they helped you understand yourself or someone else better, then come back for the next episode. We'll explore more real-life conversations, everyday expressions, and practical English you can actually use.
If you enjoyed this podcast, help us grow. Tap like, hit subscribe, and tell us where you're listening from. We'd love to hear from you, and maybe even shout you out in a future episode. Until then,
Keep listening, keep speaking, and keep mastering your English, one real phrase at a time. See you in episode 2.